Welcome back to the shop, guys. Today what we are going to do is we are going to mount a spare propane tank on the rear fender there. This is a bracket that I bought from Power Tank. And I'm going to use PEM nuts to install that. And because we're going to be using probably 1/4 PEM nuts, I went ahead and bought a insertion tool to make that easy. I'm going to have to go through the process of setting it up first before I attempt to squeeze a nutsert in here. I do have extra nutserts that I can use for trial and error. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so what I've done so far is I put a piece of tape on here to mark the general location where I wanted the bracket. I don't need that anymore because I went ahead and drilled the holes and inserted 2 1/4 nutserts. This is what they look like when they're compressed. See the little knurling around there? Well, that squeezes against the sheet metal. So what I've done right now is my plan is to put 4 of these nutserts in here, because I certainly don't want that propane tank coming off while I'm heading down the highway. So what I did here is I mounted the 2, then I took a yellow ink marker and I just barely marked the center of the hole where I want the next one to go. And then I took what's called a pricking center punch. A pricking center punch has a very, very sharp point that allows you to be more precise in locating where you actually want to mark your hole. So you mark it just where you want it. You line it up with your eyeballs. Give it a tap. Check for location. Before you drill the hole, you have an opportunity to relocate the center of where the hole is going to be. Then you take a regular center punch, and you whack it. And what that does is it opens up the chamfer of where the hole is going to go. And then what I do, I always start with a pilot hole. This allows me to ensure that I'm going to get the hole drilled in location. I'm checking to see if there's no wires in the back there. I don't want to hit the tire. Get the drill lined up with the angle. There you go. Then I'm going to drill a 25/64 diameter hole in there, and that is the minimum outside diameter for these PEM nuts to fit. This is aluminum, so you don't have to worry about. One thing you want to check is to make sure there's no burring on the inside. If there is, you want to remove it. Okay, so we have a little burr on the inside of this hole, and I can't get to it because the tire's on there, but you guys might have seen me use this little swivel deburring tool in one of my other videos on the installation of the battery monitor and the new MPPT charge controller. So what this guy is, you can deburr a hole on the inside and on the outside using this tool. And there we have it. So now what we want to do is we want to grab our rivet setter and grab another 1/4 20, screw it on there, this is an Astro 1452, and I've got all of the bits from all the way down to 832 all the way up to 1/2 inch. And I'm glad I bought this tool because, boy, it makes setting nut certs a breeze as opposed to using the old method that you see online. Now for the moment of truth, see if this thing lines up. Oh baby, it does. Put a couple screws in here. There's some play in there, which is good, but what I want to do is I want to center it right in the center. So in case this last hole is off just a little bit, I'll still be able to get it set. Alright, so I'm going to take my yellow ink marker here and just barely put a mark on the center. What I'm doing that for is so I can see where to put the punch against this black powder coated fender. It helps me get it lined up in that hole. Give it a tap. And I'm happy with where that hole is. Put it a little larger. Center punch. Give it another whack. See if we can take the bracket off one more time. put this smaller pilot drill in there. There's a burr in there. There we go. Later I'm going to take those screws back out and put a little bit of blue Loctite on there just to make sure they don't come loose while we're tooling around in the back country. This bracket from Power Tank is a really nice bracket. It's not aluminum, it's all stainless steel. There, it's got a little latch. You can put a lock on there. I like it. So that's all for today, folks. For the off-grid trailer, there's one more thing that I do want to show you while I have the camera on. I went and got some wheel locks. And it's really interesting, they're pass-through. And you see right through there, a little bit different than the other nuts that are completely covered. Like these guys here, this is what I'm taking off, and this is what I'm putting on. And it comes with a tool. And I'm going to put 2 of these on each tire. In addition, I have chocks that I put on the wheels. And if I want to be in a area where I'm camping and I'm not too comfortable with the clientele that's hanging around there, I have a chain with a sleeve on it. Got like a Kevlar sleeve here. It's like heavy duty, almost fire hose grade. Put the chain through there, I wrap it around the wheel, and then I wrap it around the axle. And that way I don't have to worry about when I'm out hunting or hiking, someone attempting to steal my trailer. So that's all there is for today, folks. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your patience and the noise here and putting this bracket on, and we'll see you on the road.